Hello, Bucs fans. Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. In today's video, I want to talk about the upcoming NFL draft and the Buccaneers team needs. I believe Jason Licht hinted at his draft strategy a little bit in his pre-draft press conference, and we'll get to that video here shortly. But he talked about the Buccaneers having a lot of team needs, which they do, but specifically at the end, he said he likes trenches. And I found that interesting. Did he give a hint as to what they might do in the early rounds of this draft? Let's listen to Jason Licht as he talks about it here.
Biggest need overall? I know you want good players. There's a lot of needs. Is it defense? Is it edge? What do you think is the biggest need?
We have a lot, and that's okay to have a lot of needs. I think it's a good thing, actually. We had made it to, came very close to going to the NFC Championship game last year, and we still signed our guys back, but we still have a lot of needs. I think that shows that we do this right pretty soon. Next couple of years, we can be, or even this year, could be competing. So I always like the trenches, and I think we need help in both trenches. So
there you have it. He likes the trenches, and they need help in both trenches, he said, which obviously is true. Looking at edge rushers, you're looking at a starting left guard, potentially. You're looking at maybe defensive line as far as interior once again. Because when you look at it, the last couple of drafts, you look at Kalijah Cansey, first round pick in the trenches, defensive line. Logan Hall, first pick of that draft in round two. Also, defensive line, and then edge rusher in 21 with JTS. And then 2020 getting Tristan Wirfs in the first round at offensive tackle. So looking at the needs, obviously it would point to addressing either offensive line or potentially defensive line, whether that's defensive tackle or edge, potentially. And yeah, I think what it probably points to more, I would say more on the defensive side, just because Jason has done such a great job of finding offensive linemen in the later rounds, specifically round two and round three, has been kind of his specialty when it comes to offensive linemen. So, I mean, if they had an ideal choice, it would be Graham Barton out of Duke, who can slide over to left guard and probably be an impactful starter for them at that position. I think he's got everything they are looking for. He's got the demeanor, he's got the physicality, hand placement, good athletic ability, can block in man or zone run schemes, and just overall a very heady player, smart football player, and could be something they could mold into a very good left guard for them, or even a future center as well. And then you look at, obviously fan favorite from Oregon, Jackson Powers Johnson being a potential pick. I think he could play a left guard as well. He played guard at Oregon, and in a few games, or at least I think during his junior year, he was there mainly at right guard. And then, last year he started at center, and he's got everything you want from an offensive line prospect. Good athleticism, good physicality, finishes on plays, good mauling type. Um, just bring a very good attitude to the offensive line room, I think. A lot of people compare him to Ryan Jensen. So definitely those two, I think, will be in consideration if available. Then you look at, the guy we talked about on the defensive side, Johnny Newton, this week, definitely could be in play, just because he would be so much fun to have, rotating him in and out with Kalijah Cansey and Vita Vea, or starting next to them. And then you have Logan Hall as your reserve coming off the bench. And you just have a flow of defensive alignment, just nonstop rotation, that you can keep these guys fresh and keep them, hunting after the quarterback. So I think that would be a lot of fun, potentially getting a guy like this at 26. Um, and then there's the wild card with Chop Robinson. Again, he's the big question mark of potential versus production, and we'll have more on that in another video. because Jason Light spoke on that as well. But I think all of those would be, great options. And then the dream scenario, I think everyone would agree, would be Latu out of UCLA. If somehow he could fall to 26, I think it's a very good match, not only from a scheme perspective, but just overall production and player potential. And again, the big question though with him is the medical. Is it going to be cleared by all 32 teams, or who's going to pass on him because of the medical? I think is something to keep an eye on. And if he does fall to 26, that's definitely came into question. And will the Buccaneers make the pick of Latu if he is there, and take that risk if they feel confident enough in the medical? Then yeah, I definitely see that being a selection for them, and would be, I think, an ideal scenario for the Buccaneers. But again, a lot of great choices, a lot could happen. And that's what makes the draft so exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let us know what you guys think of this video. Be sure to hit that like button. Um, let us know what you think as far as Jason Licht. Did he give out a hint there? Obviously, they're going to draft trenches. We just don't know which round, but I thought it was interesting by Jason Licht, and hopefully that trend continues, where we pick another trench player there in the first couple of rounds, for sure. But let us know what you guys think. Give us your thoughts and opinions. We appreciate it. Hit that like button. And with that said, until the next one.